It's 100 degrees today, and there's a whole lot of vehicle maintenance that I need to get caught up on, and I thought, well, today's the day. What sparked all of that, a couple weeks ago, Salty Captain reached out and asked if I wanted to review some of their products. My first thought was, how the heck do I make an interesting video about soap? And then I got thinking about all the stuff that I should have been doing, maintenance-wise to my vehicle, and going through all my gear for the season that I've put off. So here it is, middle of June, and we're just getting our beginning of the season maintenance done. But here we go. So sit tight, we're gonna go through all of that today. Salty Captain did send this over to me free of charge, but no money changed hands. They don't get to review this video before I put it out there. They're just sending me the products to talk about. So try to keep this as fair of a review as possible. So we'll start off by going through this, and then we will get out into that beautiful sunny day that is currently, well, it's only 86 now, so we're getting out before the real heat. We're gonna get the truck washed, we're gonna get the oil changed, clean under the hood, clean the inside out. We're gonna go through and inventory everything, make sure it's all where it needs to be. We'll check the tent, and then we'll go inside once it gets real hot and check everything inside. So this kit, I'll have it linked down in the description below so you can go get one if you want to. First off, it comes with these microfiber towels, and they're all different colors. And on the back, you don't have to do this, I think they're all the same material, but it's got kind of different color codes for what you're using it for. So if you're using it, the one on the glass, that's not gonna have the different chemicals on it that could affect your paint. You're not getting, if you're drying your clean vehicle, you're not taking that and putting it in a dirty spot and working all of that dirt right into your paint and getting the swirls. So I don't know why I've never thought of that, but it's a good idea. So we'll check these out once we get to that later. Set these over there. So this kit, it comes with a mitt to wash with. I'll be honest, I'm short, so there's a lot of areas I can't reach on my truck. So I got one on a stick so I can reach everything else, but this is nice. We'll use this on the areas down low. Set that over here. And then in this kit, it comes with pretty much everything else you need. You've got all kinds of different things. You've got these spray heads for the different soap. We've got the sprayer. They say that this is as good at making suds as a power washer is, so we'll see how that is. Probably not as good as spraying off the, like, stuck on mud, but if I don't have to get a power washer out, and all I need is this thing here, it's a whole lot easier and probably not worth the time it is to get the power washer out. So we'll see how that goes. It comes with these, which my kids affectionately call elephant toothbrushes, but we'll get at the tires with these in a little bit. Some more of these sprayers. That one's missing this thing. This is the other part for the foam cannon here. And then it comes with a bunch of different, this is interior cleaner. We've got some tire shine. We've got four-wheel drive and RV soap. Grease attack. So I'm assuming this is for, let's even got for inside, barbecues, barbecue. Maybe I'll clean my Blackstone with this finally. So if you've got a bunch of grease all over your vehicle, that would be probably really helpful. We've got drip dry. Man, it is hot in here already. I don't know if you can see the sweat, but it's gonna be interesting out there underneath. And then last but not least, we have engine flush. I'm gonna have to take this up to the lake with me. I don't think, yeah, this looks like it's for jet skis and inboard engines. So not using that on the truck, but if that's something you need, it comes in here also. You've also got in the bottom of the bucket one of these, and I believe the idea is this. As you can see, it's got some holes through it. As you are using your mitt in here, the dirt is getting in the water, but then it sinks down through here and kind of gets trapped underneath, and then it's minimizing the amount of dirt in your water. Kind of like I was saying earlier with the microfibers, you take this clean mitt, dip it in there, and then rub it on your truck. Well, if it's covered in dirt, you're just kind of grinding that, almost like sanding the paint off of your vehicle. So that's the idea behind that. There's extra straw for that. So this is the kit that it comes with. As with most kits, if you only need one or two of these things, probably not a good idea to buy this whole thing. But if everything here's something you need, so far it seems like it's made pretty well. We'll see what the results look like when we get out there. That works pretty well. Well, this isn't actually a power washer, but I would say it does a good enough job that it's worth not getting the power washer out, especially for just kind of this stuff. You got really stuck on mud, maybe, but it's worked out pretty well. Let's get the rest of it done.
Overall, I'm pretty happy with this kit. There's a link in the description box below if this seems like something that fits your needs.
Alright, next up is the oil change. Well, you know, maybe be doing this before it was all wet would have been a better idea. It'd be really cool if I get this right. And, oh, there we go.
Typically, I do not show myself working on any projects. I'm not a mechanic. I don't really want to open up to that. I'm going to make an exception today, and I think some of you are going to get a laugh. Realize why I don't really show this type of stuff.
I got this changed at a shop, and apparently they put this on with an impact. It's just an oil cap. Why so much? All right. I guess we're gonna have to follow their lead. Okay, let's try this again. Because apparently, you gotta make sure these don't come off. Seriously? What did they think I was doing with this truck? This might work out better. Or I'm gonna be cleaning oil off of everything. And not terrible. I'm gonna be cleaning up a mess, but whatever. Good, that doesn't smell like transmission fluid. I wonder how many quarts this container holds. Because my truck has 8 quarts in it. I think that says 8.5. This way? You guys are gonna laugh at me. Oh, this is gonna be all covered in oil too, huh? How the fuck am I supposed to put this on?
Yeah, so it turns out I bought the wrong size wrench. I'll spare you the almost 5 minutes it took for me to figure that out. We'll just speed right through this. Like I said, not a mechanic.
Alright. So my wrench doesn't fit. None of my other wrenches fit in here. So we're just doing this by hand. That's why we train grip strength. Holy shit. Chevy, there's all this room under here. You couldn't have given a little bit more space for this. That's hot. too. Oh, kind of, we're gonna have to put some sand down or something there. Okay, well that's doing that. We're gonna roll around under here, just check any of the modifications that I've done. Like this wire here, that's going to the lights on the back. Over here, bolts are all at least still there. There. Really the big thing I want to check is the suspension. Looks all right there, still tight. You guys see something down here? I'm sure you guys know a lot more about this than I do. Say something. See something, say something. Maybe I should post this video before I go out again. That's good. Doesn't wiggle. Here. I don't know if you can see this hose up here. That is for the sprayer, the Clearview cam on the back. So that just runs right along the frame here. I think down a little more than I wanted to, but I guess there's this here. Just a rubber hose, I guess, if it gets pulled off. Well, this is coming off on the frame. Salty Captain makes something that sprays into the frame and cleans it out from the inside. That might be something I look into next year next spring, and really clean this out and get all these, any salt and corrosiveness up in the frame cleaned out. Let's and right up here, this is where all the wiring runs from the front to the back. And Chevy has these clips. I'm assuming that's what this is for. Works out really well. There's this extra piece. Assuming this is the main wiring harness, and then there's this extra piece on the bottom. And I've got 5 or 6 wires in there in different spots on the way back. It just holds it really well up out of the way with the other wiring, so if there's a problem, oh good, that glove's helping. Oh, okay. I think it all looks pretty okay down here. Stuck, but all right. The only other thing I want to check is up here. There. All my wiring still looks all right. It kind of runs through here, but it's out of the way. It's not in a spot it's going to get caught in anything. Anything that we took apart looks like it's still doing well. We'll check those on the top once we get out. Then check the other side here. That's still there. That's tight. That's good. Yeah. We're looking all right. It's always good to run through this stuff though. All right, let's make a big mess. It'd be really cool if I could throw this on the driveway and then oil would spill out. Around my glove was ripped. And there's enough of a pocket that it's catching warm oil, and then it's gonna run down my arm. Remember when I said I didn't want to throw it down and get oil everywhere? That's not too bad, I guess. Alright, let's let that do its thing. Let's go get the new stuff. Okay. Let's continue our mess making. Yeah. Let's clean this up a little bit. A little oil down here is probably not the worst thing in the world. Look at this, it's self-oiling. That's good, stays nice and lubricated. There's that. Got this. Better be the right one. Oh, there it goes. Oh, okay. It wasn't lining up for a second. Mobile One, sponsor me. Oh, your logo's not there anymore. I googled it. That was the number it said from their website. If that's wrong, somebody comment quickly. This up a little bit. Alright, now this does not have to be torqued in. Get it? That was weird. My torque wrench just clicked even though... Okay, good. Torque to spec, I guess that means. Alright, now let's dump this giant thing of oil everywhere as we pull it out. Okay. That up. There, mostly clean. These running high mileage. I don't know if it does anything different or not. And this is 5 quarts. Good news, nothing dripping out underneath. All right. First one. Done. Now's what I do every time, is Google it and make sure it's actually 8 quarts. And yes, it always is. It hasn't changed yet. Look at that, still 8 quarts. Now, this don't have been real accurate. I'm sure there's half the oil still draining in, but check. There's oil in it. Alright. Give it a little bit. Check it again. Alright, so now let's go inside here. My tent was clean and dry when I put it away. It's been in a clean, dry garage, so there shouldn't, I shouldn't say that, but there shouldn't be any problems with it. Let's just check. Got all my mounts here. Pins look good. That's good. Good. That's good. And that is pretty much all it takes. I don't know if you guys have been underneath here before. But basically this is on a pulley, drops down, the crossbars go right in between here. This slides into place, obviously no pin there, and you're done. So this is from Van Ultra. It's their quick release mount set. That has been a game changer. I've got my pulleys. I can raise you guys up there, I guess. You should be able to see that. And it just goes over there. We're easy, good to go. Chainsaws, I've got one in there already. I keep these steel saws around everywhere. I've got a couple of them, got extra fuel, I know that, I just bought some. I feel like I'm missing something big that I need to check. Recovery gear. I've got my recovery boards. This has some of my random straps. I guess we should get up top in the case on the truck, make sure everything there is good. Let's do that next. So up here, this side I've got some extra oil for the truck. Actually, I've got my trailer hitch up here, then extra oil. This is a little desiccant bag that I got on Amazon, just to hopefully take any moisture out of here. I've got bar oil for my chainsaw. I've got a little container of fuel. It's leaking. That's not good. Making napalm, I guess. We'll deal with that in a minute. Tire repair kit, which I just repaired a tire this winter. So that's, everything's there for that. Got some zip ties, got plenty of those. This is the stand for my Devos light. I've got my compressor, I know that works, I just used that a couple weeks ago. I've got my soft shackles. I've got my rope, that looks good. Got a hard shackle, some extra random stuff, some road flares. So that all looks the way it should, other than this. Let's take that down with us and deal with that. So now in the back here, I had a chance to catch up. So I've got my waterproof bag there. That's got kind of all my survival type gear in it. We'll take that in and go through that with everything else. I've got my tent stakes in that brown bag that you can't really see. That's where that went. A recovery thing with my pin in it. Need to get a new fire extinguisher because I use that. Not mine. It was an old Corvette. Burning under the hood. Save some of it. And my chainsaw. So I think what I'm gonna do, I've got plenty of room in that case, is I'm just gonna store my fuel upright in there. Just gotta get to it. All right, I gotta put you guys down, but that's what we're gonna do. And then back here is pretty clear, ready for anything else. I'll check my power at some point too, make sure that still works. So this is the saw that I carry with me now. This is a steel 021. You can see it leaks decently, which is why I have a whole thing of bar oil up there. I've got another deskin in here, mostly because it came in a pack of 5 and I just threw it somewhere. Got some ear protection, a wrench, but as you can see, I think I've got room in here. These might have to move a little bit, but I think I can put some fuel in there. I used to carry this big saw. This is the 029 Super. That's just way more than I need for most things, but I keep it around in case I need it for a big storm or something. So we'll get this out, we'll fire it up, make sure it runs all right. I usually do that once a month, so we're a little late on June, but we'll do that and then we'll find a spot for that fuel in there. All right, so I usually try to let that run for 10 or so minutes every month. Just make sure it still runs well. And bingo. All right, so put these in here somewhere. That, this, that. Pretty much everything I need. This is still mostly full. I don't do that much cutting. If I'm going somewhere, I'll take it with me, but just in case. That. We've got oil up there. That in there. So other than picking up tools, I think that's everything we got to do out here. Got my recovery gear, tent looks good, oil changed. I'm gonna get the tires rotated at some point. I'm just gonna take them to Bell Tire because I bought the tires there and it's free, and I don't have enough jacks to do it nor the time. That looks good. My case looks good. Inside, I've been going through stuff in there, inside the cab. I'm gonna go get a shower and then we're gonna head inside and go through all the camping gear that I've got, make sure that's all ready for the season. Now we're inside, and man, I gotta say, that air conditioning feels amazing. So I just wanna go through real quick what I've got here. So this is my fridge. Yep, the cord is in there. I always store it open like this so it doesn't get musty smelling in there, and I keep the cord right in there just so I know where it is. I don't have to go hunting. I've got some pillows here. Those of you who've been around a while, you remember when we bought those. I've got my pop-up shelter that goes along with the toilet that's sitting over there. And then just an extra hiking bag down here, and I've got some extra like emergency food and that kind of stuff, and then a bunch of other random things. But that, I've got my power station. Let's see, it is 100% charged. Wonderful. Then I've got some extra propane for my griddle. Got my water down here. I know the battery is on the charger right now, and this is treated water that's in there. It's got some chlorine and stuff. I'll probably run this out maybe at least once a year just to make sure, but I keep this as my emergency water. And then I've got some of these P&G water purification tabs just to go along with that in case we need that. Because the cool thing with overlanding is it also doubles as emergency stuff. So we've got the toilet there, and then behind me on this other shelf, I've got my 2 food bins that I believe they're empty right now, and we'll just load those up when we go somewhere. This is the camping box, and from time to time, things may haphazardly get placed in here. So I decided we're just gonna take everything out and we'll talk about it as I put everything back in, do an inventory, but also reorganize this box. So we've got this for cooking vegetables or whatever. Yeah, not a lot else to say about that. Pretty small fits in the corner there. Then we've got this 3-drawer organizer. I think we just got this at Walmart or whatever. But at the top, we've got a cutting board, some utensils, we've got another knife in there, some tongs, and our forks and spoons and all that kind of stuff. Got extra plates in here. And then down below, cutting board, egg ring, We've got some, a little bit of paper, a little bit of newspaper at the bottom, just to kind of help start fires, whatever, just kind of a catch-all down in there. So in that goes. We've got our whatever spatulas from the Blackstone. They kind of just fit right in the corner like that. We've got some, and actually this is supposed to be in here. See, this is why we do this. This goes on the bottom here, just like that. Pulls up. Okay. Organizing. We have some extra plates. Seems like no matter how much you bring, somebody comes over. So we just keep, these were like, I think like $1, maybe 50 cents on sale at Walmart. Not the nicest plate, but for camping, perfect. So those kind of fit in next to it. And we've got a stack of, I guess there's only 6 left, but some paper plates as well. So we'll put those in the bottom and more paper plates. So we should be all set on dinnerware at least. We've got a beat up box of aluminum foil or aluminium foil. You're gonna see a lot of the stuff kind of beat up. This box just gets thrown around, bounces around, whatever. So packages like this, box doesn't matter. We're just gonna kind of keep it in there to keep it somewhat protected. We'll just slide that in the corner there. Got something of bug spray. That's garbage, that's garbage. A little bit of 550 cord, just for whatever. I've got this kind of stashed around in multiple places in case we need it, so toss that on top. Got my scraper for the Blackstone. We'll talk about it in a minute, but we don't take the Blackstone too much, but I keep all the stuff in here. I bought an extra set, so I don't have to be grabbing the stuff from the house and forgetting it, leaving it here and there. I just want to, it's not that expensive. I have a set of knives from, I'm not even gonna try to say that. They sent these over to me a while back, and I just keep them in here. The case keeps them nice and protected. They're sharp, works out pretty well. Probably the nicest set of knives you'll see in an overland setup, but those fit down in there. Got an extra grocery bag. Works well to just kind of contain cooking scraps or whatever, throw it in there, and we're good to go. I have a tea kettle, which I believe that just kind of fits off to the side here. We tend to put some of the bigger stuff in the bottom and then fit everything else in around it, so that usually works out all right. Coffee cup, these are insulated. They're not super great, but it's nice. They're a little bit more durable than a ceramic one too. A whole lot more durable. I've got my coffee cup, beer mug, whatever you want to say. Got some stickers on there. That goes in there. Another grocery bag. We have some of these. I think there's another. Yeah, there we go. These are, I don't know what exactly they're made of, but they are bags for the portable toilet that we've got. Got some sort of scent eliminator in it, and they seal up really well, so that's good. We've just got a Ziploc bag of those that we keep in here. On that note, I've got half a roll of toilet paper. I've got a roll that needs to be re-rolled. Full roll of toilet paper. Don't have to worry about that in there. We've got a roll of paper towel that kind of got smushed. But like I said, some of the stuff kind of gets smushed, just gets set in there and packed around, so that's all right. A roll of just normal size garbage bags. And along with that, we've got this pop-up garbage can. It is a laundry basket, actually. When it pops up, the normal size kitchen garbage bags fit in it pretty well. You gotta kind of collapse a little bit, but this kind of gives you some structure to them so that it stands up a little bit on its own. Not perfect, but it works out pretty well. Throw that in the side there. I bought these bag of fire. They're just some fire starters. I like to cheat. Those get packed down in there. We've got a box, a crushed box, but double zip zipper bags, leftovers, anything else you need for those. Actually kind of fits better like this. We'll just shove that in the corner. Some more plastic utensils. Bunch of bowls here. We'll put those over here. And these are those cheap plastic Walmart bowls, but they work out really well. They're durable. You don't have to worry about, like, something happens, just pitch it. It was 50 cents or $1 or something along those lines. Probably with inflation, they're like $2 now, but you don't need the most luxurious thing ever. What else do we have? I've got some tongs. It's kind of loose. A citronella candle. I hate bugs. I hate getting attacked by mosquitoes. It ruins the trips. So I've got bug spray. I've got this. I've got one of those things in my hiking bug out bag that I can't think the name of that is supposed to help with the mosquitoes. So try to keep them away any way we can. I am down to, looks like just one of these. These are those single serve pour over coffees. That's worked out really well, which that reminds me, We don't have any other coffee, so I gotta figure that out. That usually goes in the other box, the food box, actually, now that I think about it. I've got some shower in a box here. And here we go. I have a little bit, this is almost empty, but there's something in there. Fuel for my jet boil. So I'll just keep some extra of that around. I've got an almost empty propane. I believe that the jet boil works on this, or the butane. Yeah, this is butane propane mix. So we'll work on either of these. And I've got some other full of these 1 pound. Yeah, 1 pound. So I've got 2 new ones that are just sitting out that'll run the stove. We still haven't got to the stove. This is our collapsible bucket sink that works really well. Fits in there pretty like that. Okay. And last but not least, our Coleman. This is the 2-burner propane stove. Picked this up at an end of the season discount deal sale type thing at Dick's. I really like the Blackstone. I love cooking on it. Love the food that comes off of it, but it's big, it's bulky, it's heavy, takes up. It's just, sometimes it's not worth it. So having something little like this, you just boil a pot of water real quick or cook some food. A lot of times we'll take like our cast iron pan with us, and that kind of mimics the Blackstone pretty close. So this works out really well. Just kind of gets shoved in wherever it will fit on top here. This was in there. This is the side to our tent, the pop-up canopy thing. I don't think I'm going to put this back in here. There's a bag out by the canopy, and I think that makes more sense to put it with that. So, got this little Bic lighter, but I'm not seeing a big lighter in here, like a quick lighter for either lighting this or a fire or something like that. So I need to add that. Otherwise, this looks like it's in pretty good shape now. It's actually organized. If you want to see what I keep in that bug out bag that I was talking about, I've got a video dedicated just to that right here, so go check that out.